What's up everybody, Garrett back here. I have a pretty cool video for you guys today. It's actually for you physical media collectors out there. So about a year ago, I purchased my first ever premium physical media edition from a company called Cinemuseum. Now you guys have probably heard some of these companies being talked about because they do these like prestige editions of some of our favorite movies. So again, they've been putting out things like they did a Lost Boys collection where it comes with like multiple slipcovers, hard boxes, where they really just put a lot of bells and whistles into their releases. Now, again, the problem with these companies is, number one, it's pretty expensive. Number two, it's almost like a made-to-order. So you pre-order this thing, and you might not get this for years before they're finished and produced. I think it really has to do with how much goes into each release. So for something like The Lost Boys on 4K, it was released in this huge hard box with like multiple slipcovers, posters, cards, then a hard box over it. There was so much to it, and it's still not in the customer's hands. And I mean, this thing was under pre-order when The Lost Boys came out on 4K. Now, I've been very hesitant about ordering from companies like this just because it's like, I don't really want to have to wait that long. I've never seen their stuff before. It's kind of a lot of money to not know what you're really getting. I've never seen much from them besides pictures, so I've never seen the quality of their releases or anything like that. But there is one movie that I decided to pick up because I'm just an absolute nut about this movie, and it's Salem's Lot. I just love that movie. If you watched my top 10 favorite vampire movies, Salem's Lot came in at number 3. I just absolutely love this movie. Well, they were putting this out on Blu-ray, which, again, I already own the Blu-ray from Warner Brothers, but it's a very bare bones edition. I felt like a movie like this deserved something a little bit better. So when they announced they were doing a box set or a collection, I just had to check it out. Now, obviously, this wasn't expensive as something like the Lost Boys set, just because it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the Lost Boys set did. This said it was going to come with part 1 and part 2 of Salem's Lot, housed together in a nice hard box. So that was about a year ago, and the day has finally arrived. It showed up, and I want to kind of unwrap this and check out this with you guys together and see, is this worth it? Is it worth the wait? Is it worth the money? What are these editions like? Are they really top quality or just kind of thrown together? So let's just try to check this out now. Here is the Salem's Lot collection from Cinemuseum. So if you see on the side, it says Warner Brothers Blu-ray at the top, Cinemuseum logo at the bottom. Again, I don't know a lot about this company. It's from Italy. So as far as, how they get these things, all this artwork had to have been commissioned, I'm thinking, because a lot of this artwork is from artists and have been seen on things like Fright Rags t-shirts and stuff. So I'm assuming a lot of this all has to be commissioned out or signed off on, and that's what maybe takes a long time to get some of these releases in. But I will tell you, just by the look of this, this is a beautiful looking box. I mean, look at Barlow on there, how cool that is. It's one of those nice thick boxes there like you'd see from Arrow. Then on the back, look at that. That is so freaking cool. And you've got the 2 movies in there, and it looks like, I think they're media books, which is actually interesting because I don't own any media books in my collection at all. So let's dive into this thing now. I'm going to open this up. Now, again, you've seen videos where I've ordered a lot of these like protective cases from Katana Collectibles. I'll probably get one to fit this, so me taking all this shrink wrap off is fine. But I'm going to take a look at this art and just see the design of this. It's a nice sturdy box. I mean, I'm trying to compare it to, I would say I would compare it to even like Second Sight's releases, except it's not glossy like a Second Sight. I could say it's kind of like an Arrow release. You got a little bit of embossing here, that cool artwork there. Now let me kind of open this up here and we'll see what we've got. All right, so here's the first Salem's Lot. So you got that original poster art there, and then on the back you've got that Fright Rags look. I mean, this looks really nice, and on the back it says limited edition. It also says on the bottom of this box, this is number 58 of 300, Cinemuseum Cult. So that's really cool. And I'm just trying to see what we got for special features here. It's in Italian, so I can't read this, but I do have a translation over here, I believe, so let me just take a look here. All right, so you get Salem's Lot, 183-minute version. You get the audios in Italian and in English. It's got a trailer, but it also says Salem's Lot International version, 183 minutes. Now, I don't own the movie. Like, I own the miniseries. That's the long one. Now, I don't own the actual movie, which is where I think they cut some stuff out to kind of try to make it fit a little bit of a shorter runtime. So I don't know what the difference between the international cut at 183 minutes and the regular cut at 183 minutes. I would hope that this has 2 cuts of the movie. I would love that with some different scenes, because I've never seen any other version than just the regular miniseries version. So it does say an extra is the international version, but again, it says 183 minutes, so I'm a little bit confused on that. Let me know, guys, if you know anything about that, what the difference would be between the two. It also has a commentary with Toby Hooper and the story of Salem's Lot, which is a review and retrospective, 67 minutes long. That is one of the things I really wanted to check out, because, like I said, this other edition of Salem's Lot I have, and the DVD, they don't have anything like that. So to get an hour-long documentary on this movie, I think, for me, was definitely worth checking this thing out. Now, again, if this wasn't one of my favorite movies of all time, would I have paid what I paid for this? Probably not. But I will tell you, for a movie like this, I was willing to kind of gamble on the fact that this was going to be a hit or a miss. So as I take this out, again, very nice quality. So you got a little bit like a card back there. And like I said, it is numbered, which is very cool. You've got the front, which is the poster art, and then the back, which is that cool Fright Rags artwork there. And then you open it up. This, I have digibooks and stuff like that, but, you know, I don't have any like real media books. I think they're a little bit different per se. But cool, you got that Salem's Lot. Now, again, that looks pretty similar to the regular Blu-ray that I have. This comes with a cool book. Really cool. So again, color pages in there. Look, beautiful, beautiful stuff. That's really cool. And then here's the bonus disc there. And again, it's numbered over here as well. Now behind this, there's another image. So I will say this. This isn't junk. You know, I don't know much about these companies to know what I'm getting. But this is quality stuff here. And I've never, like I said, once have ordered from this company. But what a beautiful edition we have here. I think this is really, really nice. As far as the presentation, I think this is top-notch at first glance. Now, again, is this going to look any different than the Warner Brothers Blu-ray that I have? I don't think so. So, again, this was really just more or less like I'm a big fan of this movie purchase rather than I needed these movies in my collection. There is some features on here that seem like this is the only way to get them. But, again, just being a huge fan of this movie and having both these movies housed together, I really like having things together that are part of a series or franchise or something like that. So, here is part 2. Again, the quality of these books and stuff are really, really good. On the back there, cool image of the return. Doesn't seem like this has any features at all, which neither did the Scream Factory release, so it's pretty much the same. And I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much the same as well. So again, this one's different because it's only a single disc, that's why. I was going to say there's no disc on the front. So very cool image here. What's funny is I used to actually train, if you guys don't know, I'm a fitness trainer. I trained someone who was in Return of the Salem's Lot. He was just kind of a more or less like a background character, but he told me one day because he knew I liked horror movies. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And of course, you know, I found the scene that he was in. He was a young kid at the time, but very, very cool fun fact about Return of the Salem's Lot. And to be honest, it's not as good as the original, but it's a pretty good movie overall. It's different, but I like it. So again, you get those nice color images in there. And then you get just another shot of the school. And then you get that image there. So as I flip this around, you get that cool image as well on the back. So like I said, quality, very, very nice. Very, very nice. I can't say anything negative about the quality of these releases. Now as I slide these back in, this is going to look really cool on the shelf. So let's look at this again. Salem's Lot collection. Very cool picture there. You look at the spine. Boom. Now again, would it have been better if this was a 4K? Absolutely, because I don't own this movie in 4K. This was really just, I'm a huge fan purchase. There's a documentary on here. The artwork looks stellar, and it wasn't as expensive as a lot of their other releases. So I was like, you know what, let me dip into these, give them a try, and make a decision if I'm ever going to order from this company again. Now, seeing this for the first time, I will say I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the presentation of this. I think this looks fantastic. I love the artwork. I love the way that these are housed in here. I think they did a really good job with the presentation. Now, would I order from them again? I think it really comes back to it depends. Again, this took about a year to get to me. So if you don't have patience, I don't think this is the company for you. I think this is also a company for people that are just really avid collectors, especially for specific movies, genres, because again, they've got so much stuff on their site. It's at Cinemuseum, I think, .com, but you know, you can get deluxe editions of, you know, Shawshank Redemption, and like I said, they did a Lost Boys one, which sold out really quick. They also announced, which I was going to buy, even if I didn't receive this yet, is it was going to be a Fright Night box set. And it was going to have part 1 on 4K, signed by Tom Holland. And then it was going to actually debut Fright Night part 2 in either 4K or Blu-ray or something like that. And it was going to be housed all together in a box. And I was like, I'm all in. I'm all in on that. Well, sadly, it was canceled, I think, because of Fright Night 2 and the issues that it still has across the board, which is super unfortunate because I was really looking forward to adding that box set to my collection. But that's here nor there. But guys, this is my first ever premium physical media edition from a company called Cinemuseum. One of my favorite movies of all time, Salem's Lot. This is a beautiful edition, at least from the outside, because I feel like the Blu-rays are exactly what we've already got. So this was really just, I'm a huge fan of this movie. I want them housed together. I wanted an extra documentary type of purchase here. But if you're hesitant about Cinemuseum as far as the quality of their sets for the price point, I say if money's no object, or if it's a movie you just absolutely love, I would say the quality is stellar. So I hope this helps, guys. I know these premium editions are things that we're not totally comfortable with yet. Boutique labels people are just getting into. This is kind of like a step above that, where they're taking specific titles and almost like a made-to-order type of situation. Like I said, this is commissioned artwork, I'm assuming, and you know, you get high-quality media books. I mean, this is a really cool edition. Cost of it is the high price and the long wait. So take that as you will, but this is Salem's Lot Collection in Blu-ray box set from Cinemuseum. And let me know down below, have you guys ever bought something from a Cinemuseum, something from Film Arena? That's another name I've heard kind of floating around. Have you ever been interested in checking some of that stuff out? Like I said, this is strictly for physical media collectors, not for your average just physical media buyer. So this is really something you've got to kind of be deep into the hole with as far as your collection of physical media. And I know this might be a controversial type of video because some people might look at this and be like, what a waste. I'm not going to wait a year for this. I'm just curious to see what you guys have to say about this. And guys, thank you for checking this out. This is Garrett at Born to Be Rad. And like always, stay rad.